Welcome back to That's Life with John Carver. This is episode number 410, and I called this episode The Back Porch. Have you ever wanted to tell someone something important that's intended to help them, but you were afraid because you thought that you might offend them, you might really make them angry? I think you may have felt that from time to time. Several years ago, I scheduled a day in Washington, D.C. to go meet and help several families who needed some guidance and advice. One particular house I visited, there was a lady in her 70s or so, welcomed me in and suggested we go to her back porch, where she proudly showed me her potted plants. The back porch was about 6 feet by 8 feet in size. As we walked through the kitchen to get to the back porch that was open to the rest of the house, I noticed stacks of newspapers on the table in the center of the little back porch. We sat facing each other with the pots of plants behind her to my left, her right, and behind me, so the plants were on three sides of us. For several moments I asked her questions about her families and hobbies and other personal information to get a feel for her personality and needs. About 20 minutes into my visit, just over her left shoulder, I noticed a mouse hopping from one flower pot to another. Of course, I tried to continue to make eye contact with this potential client, but it was getting more and more difficult with the mouse. I don't like mice, hopping from just about a foot or two from this lady. I had a choice. I had a choice to ignore the mouse or tell the lady that the mouse was in her house and was taking the chance of embarrassing her. So I took the chance. I said, "Ma'am, there's a mouse hopping from one flower pot to another right behind you." With that statement, she jumped up, started screaming, then grabbed something long, I can't remember what it was, a newspaper or a stick or something. She was moving so fast, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if it was a pipe. I just froze. She started whacking the flower pots, screaming at them, cursing at this mouse. By this time, I was on my feet and I was backing up into the kitchen, as I didn't want to be the recipient of one of her blows or her hits intended for the mouse. After several minutes, she hit the mouse and killed it. I've seen some very interesting environments in people's homes for more than 20 years, but I didn't know what was about to happen next. Once she killed the mouse, she walked over to me and gave me a big hug and said, "I've been trying to catch that blank mouse for months. Thank you." What's my point? Sometimes it takes courage to tell someone something that could prove to be embarrassing. The end result, however, could be a big hug and a thank you. My name is John Carver. Thanks for watching.